So Chuck, it's our turn to do the video.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? I don't have a whole lot to say.
I don't know. I'm just kind of getting over this, having coffee and fuzzy shoes on and stuff. It's kind of cool. I'm jealous now of all these other people. I guess the big thing is we need to reassure people that, yes, we are going to have worship on Sunday mornings.
I think that's one thing that the worship committee has decided that we
For the foreseeable future, we're going to do it, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing done. So,
Okay, so how do I want to do this? Hi, I'm Chuck Munoz.
Hi, I'm Brian Kraft, and we are the worship ministry deacons.
So, did you know that it takes 14 or 15 people volunteering every Sunday morning to have worship come off?
Wow.
We have 8 singers. We have 4 people in the booth. We have a communion prayer, and we have a scripture reader and a producer. So 14, 15 people every Sunday morning.
You know, also, in the good old days when we had communion passed with trays, we had 16 people, 16 men who would serve communion. We haven't had that in a while, but we can talk about that in a bit.
So roughly, we need 30 people or so to volunteer to help in some way, form, or fashion for worship every Sunday.
Chuck, tell us a little bit about the audio-visual in the booth that we have in the back. What's up with that?
Oh, well, we did the remodel, and since COVID hit, we had to really improve the things that we were doing because, we just had to lurch forward to improve everything. We've had to do camera upgrades, we've had to do microphone upgrades, we've had to do computer upgrades because of all of that. And because of that, we have heard from people literally across the country that tune into Shiloh worship every Sunday.
That's great. And I think that's something that we've learned is that's going to be a continuing outreach that that Shiloh has through the online presence and the live stream that we do every Sunday morning.
Yeah, well, and that's what we're going to continue to do in the future is look at ways that we can continue to improve that aspect. Not only that, but looking at things like ways to improve the deaf ministry, look for ways that we might be able to improve even an online chat feature so that as people are watching, if they have a prayer request or some of the kind of need, they can speak to someone online while the worship is happening.
Yeah. Well, I know it takes a lot of people you're mentioning to be a part of that. We want to thank those who work and volunteer in the AV booth in the back, especially Dustin Wilson, who kind of oversees that, and for Sherry Mertz, who is instrumental in lining people up, making sure that they're there doing that. So thank you all for the work that y'all do on that.
And someday we'll get to do real.
Yeah,
anything?
I think everyone is looking forward to the day when we don't hear the tearing of cellophane during communion. We don't know when that day will be, but we're hoping that comes along sometime soon where we are able to pass the trays again as part of communion. And as we mentioned, there'll be at least 16 men that'll be needed to participate in that. So be looking for ways that you can help to serve. We need to reestablish that list of men who are willing to serve, and we want to get as many as possible who will participate in that.
And really, when it comes to worship, it takes everybody.
Absolutely.
Because, having you here on site and singing is really uplifting and encouraging to everybody that's here. And not only because of the singing, but also just to be together and to see one another. But people online, the more people we have here, the better the singing is and the better those services are.
Absolutely. Well, it's great seeing you all here today. We're glad you're here. And if you have any questions at all about worship, feel free to reach out either to Chuck or myself, and we'll be happy to visit with you about that. And thank you all for watching and being a part.